All right, let's get off OpenAI, let's get off Elon, but let's stay on the Trump administration. And actually, I want to talk positively about them for a second. So JD Vance just gave a speech at the AI Action Summit in France, where he basically walked through some version of the following narrative. AI is transformational and critically important. The US is and will continue to dominate all AI everywhere. That does not mean there isn't a seat at the table for everybody else. We want to partner with you. In order for AI to flourish, we need to stop talking about risks and start talking about opportunities and upside. Any country or party or global alliance that tries to limit AI's growth and success because of fear and risk mitigation is shooting ourselves in the foot. So deregulate, accelerate, and partner with us on having the West win the day. I posted on Facebook about this today, where I sort of said, the Trump administration, it's hard to understand the real signal from the noise, the good intentions from the fascist power grabs, and the real out-of-the-box geopolitical thinking from the ethnic cleansing. There are some things, some of the time, from some of the people that sounds like a good idea to me, and some of it is just fascist bullying and power grabs. I think this particular speech was great. He was literally quoting key Silicon Valley phrases around if you're not paying for the product, then you're the product, and bits versus atoms, and this idea of being techno optimist, really, and betting on the future versus the fear and uncertainty and doubt that has crept into into tech journalism and into culture in general about technology and about growth. As far as being a representative for Silicon Valley interests, ideologies, growth, and techno-optimism, I think that was the most educated and well-represented, forceful argument for those values on the global stage that Silicon Valley could hope for. But on the other hand, someone in my comments described it as a Faustian bargain that Silicon Valley has made with these people, and I don't necessarily disagree with that either. So, but anyway, we want to call balls and strikes, as Jason Calacanis says. His ass is real sore from the fence sitting. And I think in this case,
He's not sitting on the fence anymore. His ass is really sore from bending over, Chris.
But yeah, I think that particular talk, was a good one, even though it comes from, there's a lot of hypocrisy and kind of, they don't have a moral high ground, but at least what the words that he said were pretty good.
Well, Chris, you know that I like to bring Nazis into the conversation when the current American regime comes into it. And the way I would like to bring them into this conversation, not everything the Nazis did was bad. Okay?
We're going to put that on the swag. We're going to put that on the swag.
They founded Volkswagen.
Go to our swag store.
It's true. It's a great way for me to get taken out of context. But yes, I will say it again. Not everything the Nazis did were bad. They founded Volkswagen, a great car brand. They built a network of autobahns that's in use to this day. They banned smoking in public places. There are other things they did that were enlightened policy. But it doesn't matter because they were fucking Nazis, right? And when you zoom out and look at the broader context, it doesn't matter that they did a few things right, because in the broader context of what they did, it is drowned by that. They had no credibility as governing in the general interest of their people or the world. And I would say the same about this speech. Yes, you view it in isolation, not a bad speech. But this is a vice president who is part of a regime that is busy tearing up all geopolitical rules, bullying its allies, bullying the weak and vulnerable, tearing down institutions and democratic norms. And he comes to Europe and lectures the Europeans about what they should and shouldn't be doing. It makes me feel sick. Like, I don't want to listen to this guy. I don't really care what he has to say. He has shown himself to be craven and dangerous and lacking all credibility. So again, like Elon, don't care. I wish he just goes into a hole and I never hear about him again. The end.
I agree with you, of course, that the trump card, if you will, the overriding factor in all of this, whether their policies are good or bad, is that is like 2 or 3 statements. Like, I'm looking for 11,000 more votes. Immigrants are the poisoning the blood of the country. The media is the enemy of the people. Oh, look, there's an insurrection. I guess I'll watch it on TV. These things are disqualifying actions and statements. I remember somebody said to me recently, well, if you're really thirsty and, you only have 2 drinks to choose from, you got to pick one, right? And Kamala was a crappy drink, and I was like, no, that's not actually the analogy. The analogy is, imagine you're really thirsty and you got to choose one drink to pour into the cup. One is a crappy drink, and the other is smashing the cup on the floor. And so, like, there's really no comparison. And
Yep.
there's this guy is breaking the cup, and this one was like a lukewarm, Chardonnay. So pick your poison and move on.
And lest I be accused of not being able to say anything positive about the Trump regime. Speaking of drinks, I am actually in favor of the reversal of the plastic straw ban. So well done, Donald Trump. That was environmentalist virtue signaling that didn't really save the planet and made everyone's drinking experience worse. So yeah, but everything you say, I agree with.